welcome to Getting to Know ACS with Tracy
and Jasmine.
And today we have Joy Clickener with us from the Skies Unlimited program. So this is going to be really interesting because neither Jasmine or I know a lot about Skies Unlimited. So Joy, why don't you give us like the backstory of Skies and how it got to be and how you got to be in this program.
Awesome. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Jasmine, for having me here today.
Of course.
So Skies started way back in 2004, and I came on board in 2005. We were working out of the Building 195 on Chaffee, which is now the youth sports facility.
Okay.
And we have grown. Our biggest heyday about 2011, 2012 was about 800 kids. And when COVID hit, we were at over 500 kids. So right now, we're just starting to build a program again. I feel like we've gone back in time. We're at 2006. But we're still here, and we're still wanting to help and reach out to the families to get to come in and do instructional programs like ballet and tap and jazz, hip-hop, ballroom, fencing, you name it. We're trying to do it.
Okay, so with Skies, what is the Justice Skies? Who's eligible to use Skies, and then what is the main purpose?
So Skies was brought on, started to serve the military community. Mm-hmm. Anyone that's affiliated with Fort Bliss can use the Skies programs.
Okay.
Yes. So from ages 0 to 18 years of age, and we do have program for ages 1 to 18. We are not doing anything any earlier than 1 year of age because, that's a little early.
I was like, really? Because I'm thinking, what am I going to do with my 1-year-old?
Yeah.
So we have, for 1-year-olds, it's a parent to me class, and we have something called kinder class, and we do music, gross motor skills, fine motor skills, and some academics.
Oh, okay.
At that age, they're just learning how to use their pinchers, and so we're trying to get them to use their little fingers and toes and crawl and move and motivate.
Oh, okay, that's cool, because I would have never thought to put my 1-year-old in any kind of program besides daycare.
Right.
Well, this is for those that don't want their children in daycare all the time.
That's cool, though. And so you mentioned, you have the dance classes.
Yes.
Which are, you said, tap, ballet, hip-hop, and ballroom dancing.
Ballroom, folklore, And
so the
folklore?
Yeah,
yes.
I might say that because I can't say it. I'm not even going to try because I can't. But anyway, so that is the traditional Mexican dance with the skirts and...
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
So folklore has been around for longer than we've been around.
Yeah.
And so we're trying to help people get to know the culture here and present this as a cultural class because that's what it is.
Right.
And they learn their cultural dances from different places, and they do... Yes, they do open quite a few of our Fort Bliss events. So we are looking for kids who are wanting to try some of those dances.
And I know for us at ACS, when we had our Bienvenidas, you guys came out and had them there. And then also for the ACS birthday party, you guys were there. And if you haven't seen it, it's really cute, especially with the kids doing it.
Yeah.
Because there's this one little boy. He's just so cute out there.
He is. He's overcome some shyness to get out there, let me tell you, because he was pretty shy at first, but now he's willing to do it. He's willing to go. We also have done, in the past, we've done the abuse walk and the Mikasa, and so we try to do things around the community to help support the community events, whatever they are. So anything the ACS wants us to perform at, the kids are more than willing to perform. The parents that love seeing their kids perform.
Yes, they do.
And those are our wins. We have to take our wins where we can get them nowadays, and that's one of those wins that we have.
And you mentioned Mikasa. So one of the things, and I don't know if this falls under Skies, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, the choir that comes out and sings the national anthem for us a lot of times, is that part of Skies, the singing portion?
So, no, that's one of the SASs comes out and sings. So the CYS is our umbrella. We're underneath CYS. And SAS is School Age Services, and they come out and they help perform and sing. We are looking for a voice instructor. Hint, hint.
If you can sing.
If you can sing, we would love to have you come on board and help us get some kids with some vocal going on.
Yeah.
But right now we don't have that in our
and like you said, it's kind of like we've gone back in time. Mm-hmm. So that is one of the things that you're also looking for is instructors.
Absolutely. So we're absolutely looking for instructors. Pretty much, if you have a hobby that you like to share, we're looking for you guys. If you have a sport that you're doing that you're trained to do, taekwondo, judo, any martial arts, we've been looking for a martial arts instructor almost 6 years.
Oh, wow.
So come on, guys. I know you're out there. Come on, see us.
I was going to say, somebody knows how to teach kids how to, they can have their own little dojo. Mm-hmm. Is that what it's called?
No. What is a dojo?
It is a dojo. It is a gym. It's a martial. Yes. So it's a martial arts space.
Oh, I'm like, that's the kid app from the school. What are you? Sorry.
And then for like the older kids, I know you have the driver's ed.
We do. For 15 and a half years old, we're contracted with El Paso Driving Academy, and they have monthly classes.
Okay.
That's one of our big highlights for teenagers is to get that driver's license. That's kind of a terrifying point for parents, but you know what? It's okay. They can get through it, and with their help, they'll get through it better.
Yes, exactly. So
we also have the babysitting course.
Oh, that's a good one.
And the babysitting course includes the first aid and the CPR, Red Cross certification, and we do that monthly for the teenagers also. So if your kids are interested in babysitting on post and they're 13 and above, this course is for them.
And that's what I was going to ask what the age was. Mm-hmm. And that's one thing that people need to be aware of, because, I worked in FAP, that it is a requirement for if kids need to be at least 13 years old to be able to babysit other people beside their siblings. Mm-hmm. And so to be able to have a teenager who is certified to come and watch your kids, I think that's so much more comforting than, it's just like, okay, I'm going to have you watch them, and they don't have CPR or any of that. So right. It's a good benefit. So now if you guys certify these kids to be babysitters, now do they, if I wanted to hire one of those babysitters, do I still go through you, or is that going to go through Child and Youth Services, or do they have like a list of the ones that you guys certify? I guess that's what I'm trying to ask.
So yes, that's a good question. Yeah. So if they're 13 and above, the parents can sign a release form and the child can go on the CYS list. The parents can go to Parent Central or a CYS main office and look at that list and pick 3 or 4 names in their area, and then they can call off that list knowing that these kids have had the baby. The only way they can get on this list is if they've gone through our babysitting course. Our babysitting course being the Army's babysitting course. So if they're PCSing in and gone through that course and they have their certificates and they're up to date on their CPR, they can get put on that list also.
Wow, that's awesome.
So it moves from base to base. That's the glory of this course.
I guess it's kind of like, the FCC providers, where if they are already certified, they can come here and get on the list. So having a teenager that can, it's like, okay, my parents are PCS and I was babysitting here, and now I can come here to Fort Bliss and still be able to babysit.
That's correct.
Because that's some good little change. That's
amazing. And let me tell you, as a military wife, you want to know that those kids are certified and have some type of education about how to handle your kids, and I was very grateful for that list when I was.
Yeah, that's why I said that's a comforting type thing to be able to know that I can leave my child, especially we want to have date nights or whatever, and we may have little ones that it's like, okay, who am I going to get to watch them? To have somebody that I know has been through a course and knows how to handle the kids, that's really comforting to know. So I keep saying comforting, but anyway.
Do you guys do like performing art, like theater or anything?
So in the past, we do, our dance group gets together and we do a performance, like a performing arts theater. So they get the whole backstage and everything. So that's our Mary Poppins, our I can't even think of all the ones that we've done in the past. But Mary Poppins was the one that we were getting ready to do when COVID hit. So that was the one that pops up.
Here,
But we've been doing those performances at a formal performance for at least 10 years.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And so, we're very excited. We want to have more of those things, but because of the way we fluctuate in children, one a year is about all we can do. And right now, we don't have enough kids to do one. So hint, hint. Come on, guys.
Hey, come on, sign the kids up
Help
for
us
this.
out.
Yeah.
So now when we're signing up the kids, the cost, how does, what is the price range, or how do you guys determine how much these classes are? Or is it by rank, or is it just a standard amount that everybody pays? How does that work?
Okay, so it is a standard amount. We look outside posts and we get an average for the area, and that's what we base our averages on.
Okay.
Also, because we're non-funded, we are not a funded program, so those fees pay the instructors. It's important to make sure that we get the amount that we need to pay the instructors.
Right.
So that the more kids in the class, the amount can go down. Less kids in the class, the amount has to stay up. But we're still really, really good at a really good price range.
Oh, yes, definitely.
So our 30-minute classes are $30. Our 45-minute classes are $35, and our hour-long classes or 55-minute classes are $40.
Oh, okay.
And then we have some that are a little bit more. Our private lessons are $80, and like Trevor said, we have 295.
Well, yeah. But
I'm sorry, I can't do anything with that one.
Compared to what you're paying off post for the driver's ed, that's very compatible to what it is. And then you said private classes. So you guys offer private classes as well, so they don't have to be, if they want a little extra instruction in an area, they can do the private classes?
If you have the instructor. Let me say, if we have the space and the time and the ability, we will offer private lessons.
Okay.
The private lessons are $80. They come for about 45 minutes. Warm-up, I'm just going to use gymnastics. So warm-up isn't counted in that instructional time. So 45 minutes of instructional time is a long time for a little guy.
Yeah.
But then they have to do their warm-up on their own. So that's not something everyone's enabled to do or able to do.
Right.
We do it for dance. We do it for gymnastics. We do it for piano. The piano classes are private lesson, 30 minutes for $80, and they come 4 times a month.
Okay.
We just have a really good program. I'm kind of biased.
And that's okay.
I'm kind of biased. But I think we have a really good program in that we work very well with the other people in our community. So we were out at Old Fort Bliss, the Replica Museum.
Okay.
We work with the Art and Hobby. We've of course ACS.
Right.
And then special events. Special events around here is they're pretty awesome people.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. You know what? We need to get special events on here too.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So how do you guys work with the school-age children? Like if they're at school, their parents are both working, and you guys are under the CYS, could they help, like...
Okay, so we don't transport.
You don't, okay.
There's not enough people
Right.
to transport the children, unfortunately. And until we get more instructors on, we won't be able to do Saturday classes. But that's how we were trying to handle those people that were dual military or both working spouses. To have those children be in the program was to do the Saturday classes or the later classes. But right now we don't have the staffing for that.
Oh, okay, got it.
So what are the normal the regular hours, I guess, that you guys offer these classes? Because especially now that kids are in school, so what would be a time that they can come and actually participate?
So the 3 to 5-year-olds, we start classes in the morning time at 9 o'clock in the morning most mornings, and we go as late as 8 o'clock at night. So we really are trying to meet the needs, but 3 to 5-year-olds don't need to be taking a class at 6 or 7 o'clock at night. That just doesn't work for them. It doesn't work for the instructors either.
And that sounds like from experience.
This is true. But we do have those also homeschooling classes during the day when they're available. So we have some homeschooling classes, and we'll offer anything that we offer in the evening time to the homeschoolers in the morning time if we have 4 kids that are willing to do the class for the month.
And that's awesome, because then the homeschool kids can also have an opportunity to be able to interact with other kids instead of, versus being at home.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like.
And then that's just the extracurricular?
Yes.
I was going to say PE extracurricular.
They do. It counts as their PE credit, and it would count as their music credit.
Okay.
So if they wanted to come in and do something like that, that would be cool. We would love to have that clientele. Some of the things that we get asked is what are we doing for COVID, and I think everyone needs to know what we're doing for COVID. All of our class sizes are reduced significantly, and anyone that walks into our facility has to use hand sanitizer and sign into the facility.
Okay.
Of course, masks are mandatory.
Yes.
And some of the kids come in with the cutest masks, and you think, oh my gosh, that child is going to be able to do this class. Those kids are so resilient. They don't even care that they have the mask on. It's the parents that care that they have the masks on. And I appreciate those parents that come in and they put those masks on without saying anything, and they're smiling and having a good time doing it. I really appreciate that we're working through this situation.
Right. Because, this is kind of like, as we were saying before we even started, our new normal. We're all trying to figure out what our new normal is going to be.
Yeah.
And the more we get on board with that, that's going to be great. But to have those kids, to know that the kids are safe and that you guys are, making sure hand sanitizer is being used, the masks are being used, and
doing what we have to do to stay open, right?
Exactly.
That's the goal. Please don't shut down anymore. Please, I cannot stay at home anymore.
So the other thing that we have to do is clean in between each class. So we have these, that's why we do the 55-minute, so that we have that 5 minutes, which is not much time to clean, but we're in there and we're working as a team, and we're wiping down every piece of equipment and everything that someone might have touched, we're wiping it down so that the next child comes in and they're clean and is safe and sanitized. And
because you guys got to do what you have to do to keep the kids safe and sanitize in between that, because we all know kids, they're a little germy.
Even on a good day, they really germy.
Wipe their nose and then shake your hand. You're like, that's great.
I want a hug.
Elbow, knuckles, and keep that to yourself.
But that's awesome. So if people want to sign up for these classes, what is the procedure for signing up? What do they have to do to get signed up?
So thank you for that question. So you have to be registered with Child and Youth Services here on Fort Bliss. So if you've just PCS'd in, you were registered at your old base, you're not registered here. So you have to register here, update your stuff in the computer system. Once you get into the computer system, you can go on to our web track and you can register for classes. Our class registration time is the 20th of the month prior to the 7th of the month that you're going to be attending classes.
Okay.
So we have a wide, 3 weeks of registration period time.
Okay.
And for CYS, you're going to call CYS. You can call them. They'll send you stuff electronically. They figured it out during COVID. They don't have to come in person, people. So if you call them at 568-4646, they'll set up an appointment, or they'll email you your documents. You can get them started that way.
Okay.
And once you get in, once you get into the data system, all you have to do is go on our web track, see what's available, click put it in your shopping cart and pay for it and show up on the day that you register for class.
Okay.
Yes.
So I know you mentioned instructors and stuff. I'm trying to scratch my ear and I can't. But I know you mentioned instructors and stuff. So with that in mind, what classes are pretty much like your standard classes that you can pretty much guarantee those classes are going to be offered?
So the gymnastics, the dance, the piano, we have guitar, we're going to have fencing, we have fencing, driver's ed, babysitting, all of those are our monthly class. Art. Art. We have a wonderful art program. We have volunteer art instructors that come in that support Skies prior to COVID, and we're hoping to get them to support us during this transitional time. But we do have a wonderful art program going on.
Okay.
Good.
And fencing sounds like so much fun. I wish I could do that.
I don't understand it. I think there's a point to it, though. Like
Literally.
Literally, there is a point.
There is a point. They keep the pointy end out of people's eyes.
Like, what's the point? I just think it's cool. It looks cool to me. But anyway.
Those kids always come out of that class smiling. They're laughing and smiling the whole time they're in there. They're having a good time, and then they come out smiling. It's one of those classes that you go, what are they doing?
As Jasmine said, what's the point?
Yeah.
That's it.
So for the parents who have like little ones and they're not sure what they're going to be into, do you have like a trial period for them to experience?
So our classes run on a monthly basis. So it's only 4 classes that they're coming to. So it gives them a little bit of, let's try this class. Oh, that doesn't work. So let's try this class. And then I'm going to say, if it doesn't work with that instructor, maybe there's another instructor out there. So we do have different instructors, and different instructors do different things. They're a little bit cutesy, or they're a little bit not so cutesy, or, it depends on the parent and the child, which child will fit with what instructor.
Okay.
So we have, for our dance, we have a variety. We have 4 instructors right now, and they all have
different styles of teaching.
Different teaching styles.
Okay. Well, Joy, this this sounds like a program that definitely our parents should look into. It's something to get the kids out to be active. It's also a good time for them to be able to interact with other kids and all that good stuff. So I just want to thank you for coming out and letting us know about the Skies program. I learned a lot.
Yes.
How about you, Jasmine?
A lot. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I'm sure we could probably go on and talk more. But so thank you. Is there anything that you'd like to add, that maybe a question that I didn't ask that you want to elaborate on, or?
I can't think of anything right now, except that if you guys are interested in seeing us, learning more about the program, go to the website, give us a call. We'd love to talk to the parents and just walk them through and get them registered into classes.
Yeah, and if you're an instructor, hey, they're looking for you.
If you're an instructor in underwater basket weaving, hey, I'm not going to say no. Come on, let's try it. Cooking, come on, everyone's cooking. Sewing, we have sewing machines with no sewing instructor. Come on now.
I can sew, but I don't like it.
They can learn how to make their own little masks.
That would be so much fun. So, okay. But so that's great, so that they can, like you said, if they're instructors, come on out. So there's one thing that we'd like to do at the end of each of our podcasts, and that is we like to ask, what brings you joy, Joy? So, Joy, what brings you joy working for Skies Unlimited?
I'm just going to tell you those wins. We have to take those wins where we can get them. So seeing those kids perform at all the performances that they do around post, that's just amazing. Or seeing that child get that one move that they've been working on, that's my wins. Those are my wins. That's my joy.
Yay! Yes. So Joy's joy is getting the wins. I like to say that. So again, thank you for joining us. And if you all want to know more about the Skies Unlimited program, just contact the number that's on the screen
provided
somewhere, I think. And again, thank you for joining us. So with that being said, this is Getting to Know ACS with Tracy
and Jasmine. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. Bye.
Bye.